All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those of you around the world tuning into this podcast, welcome back to the Phenomenal Fan. We're here for a midweek weekend sort of preview, but for next weekend because there ain't shit going on this weekend. February 3rd for us, a little over a week away from the Super Bowl. And we're going to dive into all kinds of Super Bowl content on this podcast episode specifically, even more specifically, sports gambling stuff, because that's sort of Jared and I's expertise. But in the meantime, we'll talk some baseball. Not looking good for those of you who tune in and like baseball. It's not looking good. So we'll get into that. But first of all, Jared, we got... anything exciting this weekend that we want to quickly touch on to start off besides, the exhilarating Pro Bowl?
We got? Yeah, I was gonna say we have one of the most electrifying contests in all of sports, the Pro Bowl. That's what you'll see out there is 100% effort and 100% willpower out of all the players in the field. And it's like they're not even joking around. It's a very serious game, has a lot of implications. In all seriousness, I kind of like looking back at the Pro Bowl, but I remember being a kid and thinking the Pro Bowl was like worth a shit.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah, me too.
And as you got older, like you understood. Like I swear, like I would hear my dad be like, "I'm not watching that shit." And like as you got older, like
you're like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense."
Like this is a joke. They're out there in Hawaii. They're probably all partying and just kind of like drinking. They'll go and do some fun games, and like you get like the super diehard NFL fans, and it probably brings like a little bit of like a boost to like the area wherever they have it, but it's stupid.
It's in Vegas this year, so it's like even more of a joke.
It's not in Hawaii. Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, it's in Vegas this year. Exactly. Well,
I thought cool, actually. It's probably good that it's in Vegas.
I agree. I think it's fucking stupid that they had it in Hawaii for such a long time. Like everybody that wants to be a part of it or goes has to hop on a plane and fly a minimum of 5 hours if you're on the West Coast. Like imagine being somebody like in the NFC East, like you're on the fucking Eagles and like you lose in the NFC Championship game, and then you have to get on a plane and fly fucking 9 hours to Hawaii so that you can play basically 7-on-7 football for 20 minutes and then just get subbed out by somebody else. Like that's literally what it is. So
has there been any like crazy injuries in the Pro Bowl? I remember I want to say it was Sean Taylor.
Yeah, he lit somebody up. Yeah.
Brian Moore. I think it was Brian Moorman. I think that's the guy's name. He was a punter.
Oh, it was the punter because it was a fake punt. Yeah,
and he fake punt,
and he fucking drilled him.
And he fucking walloped the dude.
Yeah.
And he flew back, dude. And then the punter popped up. It's so crazy because like you go and watch the NBA and these guys will go up and get like a little slap on the arm. They'll be down grabbing their heads for an hour.
Yeah.
And here's a punter. The guy weighs fucking 147 pounds soaking wet. He's in a Pro Bowl and he gets this chance to do this fun little run that he'd never do.
And just gets smoked.
And Sean Taylor tries to end his fucking life. He just hits him so hard, levels him. He pops up and like goes and shakes his hands, like good hit, which is kind of a fucking cuck thing to do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Awesome hit. Thanks for rocking my shit. Nah, like fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
Like you just got embarrassed. Just go sit down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, the lines are up for the Pro Bowl. So if you see any value here with the NFC, they're 1-point underdogs. So if you want to take, NFC there, money line. But I will share an interesting statistic about the Pro Bowl because everyone jokes about it and gives it shit, about no defense. Fucking, they don't care. I believe the stat is 5 of the last 6 Pro Bowls have actually gone under the total. 5 of the last 6.
What is the over under this year? Because like
it's 61.5 right now.
That's probably why because they boost it up and everyone.
Yeah, they always put it in like the fucking 70s and it's like doesn't hit. So, I mean, I don't know though. If you think about it, like maybe it'll go high, maybe it'll go low. Fuck, I have no idea. But so yeah, that's what's going on this weekend. There's really not much else. There's some golf. There's some other stuff going on.
Yeah, gotta love golf stuff. Golf is tough. Golf's tough to follow because it's like, you gotta be able to follow it for 4 days.
Right.
It's like they're teeing off at different times, so it's a long event to follow. So if you're not like super into super into golf, it's like tough to like sit down and like watch it, you know. But
Exactly.
I do kind of enjoy it. It's like a good like Sunday, like a Sunday nap sport.
Oh,
for
100%.
sure.
Oh, 100%. It's the best sport to nap too. It's great. So yeah, we got a little bit of action this weekend. Again, nothing that's gonna blow your socks off.
Is that NHL? Is NHL in? Are they in like the All-Star break now? Officially?
Yeah. I tried looking up like what their scores system was, because I saw that they're doing like multiple All-Star teams, like not like two. So they're doing like four.
NHL All-Star games this week too. Then
yeah, it's this weekend, and they have. So what am I seeing here? They have 4 All-Star teams this year. They have 4.
Okay, then
so
that's like that old like saying, like, you know, like if everyone has it, it's not special. It's like you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, the only thing with hockey though is I think
an All-Star and no one's an All-Star.
I think that's also the case because no, man, I don't know what the deal is with that. I know they have like they don't have like I don't even know. I don't know much about hockey, but I know that like the Stanley Cup is East versus West, but they also have like a Metro division and like a Coastal division. Like they have like weird shit that would like make sense. There's like 4 divisions is my point. So it would make sense to have 4 teams. Like that's the explanation for it, but split it up East West, do 2 teams, play 1 game. Like you don't need to do a fucking
that's stupid.
You don't need, and each game looks like it's going to be an hour. Like there's a game at 1:15 on Saturday, there's a game at 2:15 on Saturday, and then there's a game at 3:15 on Saturday. So I guess there's semifinal. I don't know. That's just
some sort of.
It's like a tournament. Fucking stupid. That's just stupid. Trying too hard. Just make it 1 game. But
yeah. So like I obviously won't be following that. I know that McKinnon's not in it because he had to get surgery. Some fuck hit him
because he got his face lacerated by. Yeah, I mean that's hockey though, honestly, and I kind of love it, to be honest. I mean I love that he's hurt. I'm just saying like. It's
my favorite part was the abs. The abs were just chasing that guy down the rest of the game and just
trying to kill him. Yeah, literally like murder him.
It is a cool part about hockey.
Like, I love that.
And all the fans love him.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Love seeing people go after that guy. But
yeah. So yeah, we got.
Go ahead and take us into the baseball stuff.
Yeah, really quickly, we'll touch on baseball, but I don't know if you want to call it breaking news, but it's just a new development in this whole situation, this whole lockout with baseball. The players and the owners of the teams in Major League Baseball have met a number of times. They had back-to-back meetings, I think the last time we talked about it, and everyone was really hopeful that that was going to lead towards possibly resolving this dispute and getting this collective bargaining agreement signed. Not the case. Every meeting they've had since then has seemingly brought them farther and farther apart, even though they seem to also be agreeing on each topic, which is so weird. Like they're in agreement about like universal DH, but it sounds like a lot of the stuff that they're going to be haggling about, and they still are haggling about, is just money, which is like not shocking. But at the same time, it sucks because it shows where everybody's head's at. I mean, I know it's all about money at the end of the day, no matter what. But more so, I think if the owners were just willing in this whole situation to just give a little bit extra, then they would only make $4 billion a year instead of $4.7 billion a year. You know, like, and I know that's a lot of money to sacrifice, but it's tough. So either way, Jeff Passan tweeted today that Major League Baseball as a league requested immediate assistance of a federal mediator to help resolve the sports lockout. Under their request, the Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service would help assist with the proceedings. So a lot to make of that, because again, it's like, oh, it's a mediator. Like they're just going to come in and be like, all right, you shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. Like this is what give me your proposal on each side. I'll decide what's fair. And then that's what we're going to go with. Like that makes sense. And I like it.
Who they should get? Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson. And because they killed it. They killed it mediating at the beginning of Wedding Crashers.
Oh yeah.
Those are the guys you need.
I was thinking either like a couple of guys that everybody likes, or just bring in like somebody that everybody like is like kind of scared of, you know, or like I wish there was a person who's like a good real life person of like Rip from Yellowstone, like who comes in and who's just like an absolute no bullshit guy, no fluff. Like, I don't know who that would be in real life. Maybe like Clint Eastwood, you know?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, or like somebody from the WWE actually I think would be pretty solid. Like
maybe The Rock. How about The Rock?
No, The Rock's soft. He's soft, dude. The Rock, he's a monster and he's really strong, but he's soft. He's so soft, dude. Oh my god. No, bring it.
I hope he sees this. I hope this somehow gets to him and he fucking chokes you out.
That's the thing. He wouldn't choke me out. He'd want to sit down and talk about it and be like, "Why do you feel this way?" Like, that's literally what he would say.
That sounds like a great fucking mediator.
No, a good mediator would sit down and be like, "Shut the fuck up. Like, tell me your side. Tell me your side. Let's get to an agreement." So, you know, when you hear a mediator, especially a federal mediator coming in, like, there's two ways to look at that, I think, because number one, you can say, oh, it's a mediator. Like, they're going to get shit done and make things go faster. But every time I hear the word federal or I hear the word government employee or somebody who's paid by the government, I immediately think this is going to take way fucking longer than it needs to. So that's the two ways to look at it. And then that tweet or that news kind of broke, I guess you could say, about the federal mediator coming in. And then Buster Olney sent out a tweet quoting an article from 1994 where he said, in 1994, for those of you who aren't familiar, there was also a work stoppage in Major League Baseball. There was a dispute between the players and the owners, and that like shut down the season, like in the middle of the season, and they never ended up finishing it. In 1994, federal mediators worked on baseball's work stoppage, so they were brought in as third party again. A month later, the World Series got canceled, and then the resolution didn't reach a settlement until 7 months after the federal mediator was brought in. So I don't know if that's good or bad, again, because it's like that was 1994, and that was like a middle of the season work stoppage. So obviously the players were like much more inclined to lose, like they were much more open to not playing, and the owners were open to not having a product in the field. But I don't know what the deal is, man. I don't know what the deal is with this federal mediator. Jeff Passan sent out an article, or I guess like a deadline scenario about kind of like what it would look like, what days we would need to be settled by in order to be on track for normal start dates. But I'm pretty sure it was something like February. We're on February 3rd as we record this podcast, and I think it was like February 17th or 18th would be an alarming day to not have a deal done by, because that would start to delay spring training. And then if we don't have a deal done by February, I think he said like 25th or 26th, then we won't have opening day on time either, which it's just like, God, man, what a fumbling of the fucking bag. Like, how embarrassing is that going to be for Major League Baseball when it's going to be their time, right? And here's the other thing. This is something that I wanted to mark down, because how often do you see every year, right? The Super Bowl ends, one team wins or loses, and then, dude, every fucking Major League team sends out some bullshit tweet. Football season's over. It's our time, with some like hype video or like some fucking like picture collage of like these guys like baseball season, like with the devil horns or some shit. I'm like, you can't do that. Like, you just can't. That sucks, because we don't know if they're going to fucking play or not. Like, what a shit show. What a fucking disgrace, to be quite honest. I mean, it's just embarrassing. And hey, maybe they come together and they just like get this mediator and they get a deal done in a week, but that's just not likely. It's just not going to happen. And that sucks. Sucks really bad. It's gonna hurt them bad.
The baseball stuff is, you know what? It's like, just don't feel like, you know, it's just like we talked about last time. It's just not good for the brand. Like, you can't fuck this one up. You can't fuck it up. Like, you can't just not have a product on the field. Like, you guys are already dying slightly, and like, you know how much I love baseball, but you're losing to the faster paced instant gratification sports right now. And people don't want to sit down and watch a whole baseball game. It really is. It's like like people watch baseball, and like girls like to fucking put on a baseball jersey and throw a hat backwards, go to the game, get fucking hammered, and not see a single pitch. So
right.
You can take an Instagram picture that looks
right,
fucking firing edit the shit out of it.
See, and
get,
they can do that.
75 likes.
And they can,
but like that's when they say they're baseball fans, that's what they mean. They don't know what the fuck.
But those girls, the difference is, like you said, those girls can go to that game and take that picture and have it be taken by their boyfriend, and the picture's fucking dog shit, and they're like, take another one, you fucked this one up, turn the camera, oh my hair, all this shit. In the meantime, like an inning and a half has gone by behind them and they don't even notice. And like you said, there's the instant gratification sports, or basketball or baseball, or football. Dude, if you had a girlfriend, go to an NFL game and find a guy with his girlfriend, and then find me one point in that game where the girlfriend's like, let's take a picture. It doesn't happen because the guy's like, shut the fuck up. This game's going on and I need to watch. Like, every fucking play is so important. With baseball, it's just like, if you know that that's what your product is, you can't just change the game of baseball. So the least you can do is put a product on the field and play baseball, and then just not going to do it. And then, you have the whole, like, I do feel like baseball in the recent last couple years, right? There was like the dispute. I mean, I got my Padres thing behind me, but like there's that whole dispute with Tatis in 2020 where he swung in a 3-0 pitch and hit a grand slam when they were up by like 8 runs or something. And like all these old fashioned guys were just pissed about it. And there was like this huge wave of support behind Tatis where they're like, all right, you know what? Like, it's time to get these old fucking geezers out of here. Like, it's time for the new young generation, bat flips, fucking pitching, swords, and like all kinds of fun shit. And that was like a movement that I felt like was gaining a lot of progress, and it was like had a lot of momentum behind it. And now it's just like stone cold stop. Like, that's gonna suck.
The Latin players bring all that flair.
100%, dude. And then in the meantime, like, now all these Dominican guys are not Dominican, but like the leagues in the Dominican are playing right now. People are like, damn, like, this is electric. I'm like, yeah, no shit, because there's fucking emotion. And it's like, oh, if I don't, like, oh wait, it's the 7th inning and I have to look at the scoreboard and the count and decide how many to see if I should swing or, like, no, dude, fuck that. Hit a single to tie a game, or hit a fucking go-ahead home run, hit a 3-run shot. Dude, throw your bat. I mean, I will admit,
I want you to throw your bat out of the stadium.
I mean, I was about to say, I will admit,
I want you to hit somebody with the bat in the stands.
I will admit, I think some of it is like, it's entertaining, but it's like, okay, holy shit. Like, you can't hit a home run, stand there and cock your bat down and throw it 400 feet in the air into the stands, because that's more, it becomes a safety issue at that point, if we're being honest. But I was watching recently some highlights from the World Baseball Classic and like the games between like Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. Like, those guys are all pretty much big leaguers, so they like know that there's some etiquette, but there's not. And so my point is on all that, this whole diatribe is that it's just like Major League Baseball, man. What a fucking, and that's, dude, it's been like 3 months or like 2.5 months. They're like, hey, you know what? Now I think we need a mediator. Like, where's this been since the start? Number one. And number two, if they're like want to make money and get this shit done, actually, why have they not been meeting every 5 days a week, Monday through Friday? Because if they were, then they would probably have this shit done already. But they're like, well, we'll meet on Monday. And then, your classic like business talk, oh, you guys want to circle back next, how's your schedule look next Thursday? Like, no, fuck that, dude. Monday, Tuesday, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's how you do it.
It seems like too big of a deal.
Exactly. To be like, we'll meet once a week, and then they panic, and then they get a mediator. It's like, dude, you guys suck, man. You suck. Fucking just pathetic.
It reminds me of like some some instances like from work from home where like you're waiting on another team and they're like, it's like 11 o'clock in the morning. They're like, yeah, let's touch back on Thursday. It's like on Monday.
You're like, what? No.
Like, so like we're gonna talk about this at 11. We have,
and then when you show up, you show up to the meeting. They're like, oh,
about it on Thursday.
Yeah, and then you get to the meeting on Thursday. And you're like, all right, well, we wanted to schedule this meeting for Monday because we wanted to talk about bonuses. And, it's Christmas Eve today on Thursday, and we're expecting, a 5% bonus, which is what we've gotten every year for the last 10 years. And they're like, 5%? We're going to give you guys an Amazon gift card for $10. Like, that's how far apart these two sides are when they meet once a week. And then they bitch and haggle about it. Both sides come and talk to the reporters and the media. They're like, oh my God, like, I can't even believe. Can you imagine trying to, like, dude, just fucking settle it like men. Holy shit. You know, like, just fucking and talk about it. And don't get, God, I just feel like there's so many like feelings being hurt in this situation where it's like you said, it's too big of, there's no time for bitching and feelings being hurt. It's time to fucking get it done or lose a bunch of money. Like, just pick your side. And so I don't know. It's pretty pathetic.
And the players got to be like come to an agreement too. Like both sides have to give. There's got to be compromise, obviously. But like,
of course.
It's like some of these guys. It's like for some of the guys, it doesn't really matter. You know, like they have these huge contracts already. But like, you got some guys that are in their prime that like need to be out on the field. Like,
oh, for sure. Well, that's not what they've.
Years.
Yeah,
like,
they've talked about it.
Their money, so like get the product on the field. Like play the game. Let the girls go and take, like, their boyfriends will buy tickets to the game so they can go hang out at the rooftop at Coors Field, get blasted, not watch a pitch, and take fucking 13 Instagram photos.
Yep.
And then caption it, photo dump.
Yeah.
Hashtag ball girl or some shit like that. You know? But like, I'm gonna like the photo. Like, what's not
right? It makes sense, right?
It's not get out of hand. But
that's just
anyway,
your courtesy, yeah.
Yeah, it's a courtesy like.
Yeah.
I love baseball, so I'm good for baseball.
Yeah.
But anyway. That shit's it's when we have a little bit more traction, we should talk about it again when we make a little bit more leeway.
Yeah.
So it's funny though. You're so right. You're so right because it's like we like to talk about it because it's like we're waiting on like, oh, they're meeting today, and then fucking nothing happens.
Dude, and they meet every time and they're like, wait, you guys wanted more money? The owners are like, you guys wanted more money? Like, and they're like, no, we didn't want more money. We want double what we're making right now. And the owners are like, oh my God, that's never going to happen. Like that sounds like that's how the talks go. And then they say that and players are like, oh, are you serious? Like, that's so fucking rude. Like, it sounds like they're like fucking teenage girls bitching at each other. That's what it seems like. Yeah. And they're always like,
I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah. And then like you see tweets from reporters that are like, I heard the reports are that the meetings today were highly contentious. It's like, what? Why? Like, just have a conversation. And if somebody says something that pisses you off or like so far off on something, just fucking talk about it. But I don't know. Whatever. I'm not a fucking professional.
It's pretty crazy because like I get from like the Players Association if they're like continuing to scrap for like the minor leaguers, you know. But
dude, and that's what it's about. No, that's what it's about mostly, which I understand is like, they're trying to fight for the young. They're trying to fight for guys. I get it.
But at the same time, it's like, you know, you're trying to become a professional baseball player. It's like when someone's trying to make the PGA Tour, like they're going around and they're paying for their own flights around the country and like going into all these tournaments. It's like it's basically what that is because it's like fucking. That's what happens when you have 5 different levels of minor leagues. I don't even know what the minor league like structure looks like anymore. I know that they were like trying to cut a bunch of teams, but it used to be like you used to have 50 rounds in a draft. It's like, hey, sorry, like, you're not all going to make it to the league. Correct.
That is true. But
anyway,
yeah, that's all we can pretty much cover. Shit. Yeah. Now that we're done with the dreary fucking bullshit baseball pathetic showing. Obviously, Jared, we got a big game next Sunday. The old, yeah, it's a little like pickup game they usually play every year between the two best teams.
I remember that's just it's like a couple of the better football teams that play each other.
Yeah. It's never really a big deal. Nobody important usually ever comes or performs at halftime or anything. It's just kind of a 7-on-7 pretty much with some linemen too. So it's
that fucking Super Bowl halftime promo trailer was
God.
Cool.
Oh my God.
Incredible. Like, how much did they pay for that? Like, that shit by itself, like, whoever made that, like, you know how fucking proud I'd be if I was like, here, like, this is what I did. Like, dude, you know what I mean? If I was part of that team that you're like you like go into the NFL meeting, they're like, yeah, like, we need you to like make this, you know, marketing video for us. And then you're like part of the marketing team. You're like, hey, we have a good idea. And then you produce that part where you got Dr. Dre walking down the beach,
dude, with the piano keys in the water.
Are you shitting me,
dude? Even Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg, like, dude, I saw that on Twitter whenever it came out a couple weeks ago, and then I just showed it to my girlfriend like last week. I was like, have you seen because you know how, I mean, it's my girlfriend, and she's like, I don't give a shit who's in the game. And if it's like somebody cool to perform at halftime, that'll keep her locked in. And of course, she likes the commercials and everything else too. But that's the whole deal with the Super Bowls. It's just like everything about it is like 3 full hours of entertainment or 4 full hours entertainment. So normally, if it's a halftime show that she cares about, she's like, yeah, you know, I'll check it out. And it's like Lady Gaga or Jennifer Lopez, you know, or somebody. And it's like Dr. Dre, Eminem, who else? Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg. Is it Mary Ann Blige? Is that her name? Mary Ann Blige? Is that?
Yeah, Mary. Yeah, I don't know. Mary Ann Blige. Every time I see it, I always like
Super Bowl halftime performers 2022. Yeah, Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid that I don't know that, because it's like Family Affairs is like one of my, like, it's like always on like my top like 30 songs I listen to every year, because it always comes on. It just gets the juices flowing.
Yeah. So the point was, you know, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. I can tell you confidently that my girlfriend probably knows combined maybe 4 songs from all those artists, and they're all like the most like super popular songs. But she saw the promo, and I played it for her on like a big screen TV, you know, in our living room with the sound bar, you know, and the drop comes in with the pianos from that song, from like the riff you were talking about.
I think it's is it next episode? I think it is next episode.
Has to be, right?
Where the piano starts this bumping. No,
yeah, is this part. So there's Kendrick's little promo. The papers go flying through the air. They cut to the beach, and there's piano keys in the waves. And Dr. Dre's got, dude, he's got a fucking black trench coat on. Oh, that's what it is.
That's still Dre for sure.
And he's got a black trench coat on, and yeah,
it's still Dre, because it's the ultimate like, when that song comes on, you just do one of these right here. You just
100%. Oh, 100%. Yeah, so that promo was ridiculous. And so we got the Super Bowl, and again, we kind of went off on a little tangent there, but I love it.
Of course.
Yeah, I love it. So what we're going to do here in the next remaining time, whatever time we have left, we're going to go over some of the best, coolest, most fun, most intriguing bets of Super Bowl 56. Is it Super Bowl 56? 57? Super Bowl 56. LVI, yeah, it's 50.
Yeah, because it's
L is 50, V is 5, and I is 1, so it's 56. So yeah, the most fun and intriguing bets of Super Bowl 56,
and also some of the dumbest,
100%.
Yeah, some of the dumbest ones on there.
So first on the list here that we jotted down, and we'll probably get to the dumbest ones towards the back end, because I think I want to finish up with Super Bowl MVP discussion, because that's something that's like, seems like it's a lock one way or the other, right? Burrow or Stafford, but yeah, it's crazy. By the way,
it definitely seems like it, unless like some defender has like 2 pick sixes, then he wins.
Or Von Miller. Yeah, Von Miller, right?
Yeah, a sack fumble Miller.
Sack fumble and a sack, yeah. Also just really quickly wanted to touch on, since my girlfriend just sent me a screenshot about it. I'm looking on a website called TickPick right now, which is a ticket. It's like Ticketmaster, StubHub, whatever. Mm-hmm. The cheapest price I'm seeing on TickPick right now, which is usually competitive or even lower than a lot of those other sites for ticket pricing. The cheapest seat I'm seeing right now for the Super Bowl is $5,197 per ticket. $5,000, and that is in.
Come with like a drink.
Yeah, hot dog. Is that what does that come with?
It's gotta be the hot dog drink combo. That's what I would call it.
Also, Jared, it's in the upper end zone section, and it says row TBD. Just doesn't even tell you what row it's in, and it's just $5,200 for a ticket. That is the most absurd. NFL goes, why does no one come to our games?
It's just LA. Yeah, it's LA too.
Yeah, like do you understand? It's also SoFi Stadium's not like next to the airport or like in downtown. It's like 35 minutes away.
There's a guy out there that's trying to impress some like Instagram like thought influencer model chick.
Yeah,
it's gonna just absolutely just dip into his credit card.
Oh yeah,
and just drop $10K in credit card debt. Just to buy some tickets to try to impress some influencer girl.
And then she's going to get there and be like, why are our seats so bad? Because you're in the top level for $5,200. Like
she's gonna be on her phone. She's going to be on her phone the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the other thing. Like, here's just a general question, Jared. Where does that money go? Who gets that money? Like, if it's in Cincinnati or it's in it's in L, because it's the Rams stadium, but like if it's the AFC Championship and the Rams are the home, AFC Championship, Chiefs, Bengals in Arrowhead at Kansas City, sold out, $400 a ticket. Okay, the Chiefs get the money because they earned the spot, they got there, and I know there's like revenue sharing and it's a lot more complicated. Nobody's the home team in this game, so who gets? Like, do the Bengals and the Rams see any of this money, or does the NFL just is Roger Goodell just taking a bath in just rolls?
Scrooge McDuck coins.
Yeah, pile of gold coins, literally.
Do you know how bad that would hurt? By the way, diving
incredibly bad.
They always made that. They always made that dive into the gold coins look so
like fun. Yeah,
almost appealing. Like wow, I'm just diving money. Fuck that. That's like diving headfirst into metal with
concrete. Yeah.
No shot for us.
Man. Yeah. Well, either way, but Goodell's going to be trying it on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Because
teams probably split it. Teams probably split it up. That like I don't know. The NFL as a league probably like because all of the owners are like part of the NFL, right? Like they're all paying Goodell.
Yeah, there's a revenue share thing.
We all think Goodell gets paid so much because he fucking does, like $50 million a year. But it's like, dude, you split it up. That's like each team and like the owners paying like for like one of their shitty like backup safeties.
Yeah.
Like $1.3 million a piece or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pay Goodell, and Goodell just has to act like he doesn't know what's going on with like CTE and all
yeah.
Yeah. He just has to get up there and be like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway,
the league's just giving black coaches courtesy interviews and fucking paying their coaches to lose games, and he's like, well, it's serious, sounds pretty serious to me. It's like,
yeah, it's bad stuff. We're gonna look into it.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is we?
Yeah, who's we and what are you doing?
You already you know what you know what's going on.
Yeah, Roger, all you have to say is whoever has more money is probably going to come out on top in this one, and it seems like it's going to be us and the Miami Dolphins and Brian Flores. As valiant as his effort may be, and as much as people respect him for coming out like this, he just doesn't have the resources to defend himself, because Roger Goodell will be literally backstroking in fucking pure gold coins on Monday, February 14th on Valentine's Day. Like, dude, this is, and also, Jared, I know there's a revenue share too with the fucking Super Bowl commercials. How much do these companies pay to run a 15-second ad during the Super Bowl? $4 million.
We're probably with it. Yeah, current days probably like $5. I know it was like 4.5 last year. But
dude, for a 30-second ad, it's going to be like $5.5 million, $6 million for 30 seconds.
Fucking, that's ridiculous.
And like, NBC doesn't get all of that, you know?
No, I don't know. I would love to see like a financial
just like
breakdown.
Where is this money? Like what the fuck?
At what point does it just get direct deposited into like someone's personal bank?
That's what I'm saying.
I want to see like
that's what I'm saying.
Down, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
Someone paid $6 million. At what point does that money get distributed into somebody's pocket?
Yes. Like it goes. Let's just say hypothetically, argument's sake, it goes straight to NBC network. Okay, then the NBC executives have to decide like how that money is distributed. So you get 10% to each of the top, 5 or 7 executives. Then the other remaining 40% goes down to the management staff, who does to your point, like the guy that was on set, like holding the camera, recording the actual like Dr. Dre, right? Like walking down the beach, or like the guy like Jamie Foxx, like the guy that's like literally holding the camera while Jamie Foxx is like, bet with BetMGM. Like, how much did the camera guy make for 8 hours of work that day for like, obviously like 18 seconds of actual footage? Like, he probably made in total, maybe he's on salary 50 grand that year, 60 grand to like film Jamie Foxx and be the designated BetMGM guy. Like, okay, so he's getting 50 grand. Jamie Foxx is getting a couple million. That leaves $4 million that they spent on that ad. Where, like, what the fuck is going on, man? It's honestly disgusting. $5,200 for a ticket to a football game also is like, I don't care if it's like, Jesus Christ is on one of the teams. Like,
it's one of those things that you need. I feel like you kind of want to go to one.
Oh, for sure. Super Bowl's a one-time deal, though.
Unless you're like a ballin' and you're like, like you're like a celebrity or like part of some big corporate event that like you get, like your company has a section and you get to go every year.
Right.
Like, it's something you do. It's like if you're just like a normal guy and none of that shit's gonna happen, you go to one Super Bowl at one point in your life. Hopefully it's your team that's in it. You fucking shell out the cash. You go with some friends. You don't take your kids unless you're balling.
Yeah.
Because your kids. I mean, you know what I mean? Like you go with a couple friends. You make it like a crazy experience. You go to the Super Bowl. You say, okay, I did that. It's almost like a bucket list type of thing.
Oh, for sure. Well, and how much more inclined would you be? Like if you're a Bengals fan.
Watch it on TV.
Well, if you're a Bengals fan.
Watch it on TV.
If you're a Bengals guy and you are, you own a couple businesses and you make like, $250,000 a year, this wouldn't be that hard to swing. But like, that's if you're in Cincinnati and you're a Bengals fan. But like now, like, it's not like if this Super Bowl was ever in Denver, like where we live, or if I lived in LA, like it's not like a game where I could, like the All-Star game, right? The All-Star game came to Denver last summer. Like, and we were all like, dude, everybody was like, let's go. Or like, I'm sure you even at least like thought about how to get tickets or like talk to people, because
I went to the home run derby.
Yeah, so did I. I went to the derby too. And like, we had a friend who worked for the company and like we got a deal, but it was still like a few $100 for each ticket. But that's like something that you could swing, right? That's something you can swing. Like, you're like, oh, that's, and a lot of reasonable people, if you don't care about it, will watch it on TV too. But like the Super Bowl it's not like one of those events where you're like, oh, it's in, like, maybe I'll go. Like, oh, it's in Denver this next year. Like, maybe I'll go. Like, no, you fucking can't. $5,197 for a ticket in the upper end zone level, row to be determined. Haven't even told you what row you're sitting in. That is fucking disgusting. Honestly, that's disgusting. And it's like discouraging for people who would like want to go, or like we mentioned in that, I think last week's episode, like the family of four, like the guy whose grandparents have been fucking Bengals fans, and like he's got a 10-year-old kid and a 5-year-old daughter, and like, yeah, let's take the family out. Let's go to LA. Like, let's get out of this Cincinnati weather bullshit. Nope, you can't do it because it's going to cost you $20,000 to get a family of four into that football game. $20,000.
Yeah, just to get into the game.
Like, I would think
just to get into the gates. Like, not talking about the hotels that are going to be overcharged.
Oh my God, the flights, dude, everything, man. The rental car, yeah. So it sucks. Anyways, another diatribe we went on to. Yeah.
Let's dive into some of these bets.
So let's dive into super cool bets.
So like,
I mean,
we talked about the line a little bit last time. The line, after we talked about some of the defensive stuff, it's like everyone kind of feels like the Rams should probably win this game. They got a better defense. Statistically, it's actually not even that much better, or even in some categories it was like worse than the Bengals.
Yep.
So like, that was like a big point that we talked about, how like nobody really knew like any of the all-stars, or like they don't have any like people that are super big names necessarily on that
Bengals defense. Yeah.
No Jalen Ramsey, like no Von Millers.
No Aaron Donalds.
No Aaron Donalds. Obviously, they just don't have like any big names like that. Obviously, you got a big market team with the Rams, and then they pay these superstars that have already developed to come in, so everyone knows the names. So But offensively they do. We talked about that line, but like I think that the thing that people like to focus on, right, for the Super Bowl are the fun prop bets.
Oh yeah,
that are out there.
100%.
Because it's a full day of entertainment. You know, you're gonna have
Well, and
you're
that's
gonna have
it's like
food all day. You're gonna be drinking beers. You're gonna be around a bunch of people. Everyone wants to cheer on fucking every little facet of the game, and having prop bets is the best way to do that.
100%, and it's like a good way too, because I mean, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's another football game the entire year that offers first play of the game, run or pass. Like maybe, but probably not, because there's just so many fucking games and they don't know. But like, you can bet on literally everything in this game. Everything, depending on where you live or what states or what offshore book you use or anything. I mean, you can get your hands on props like the coin toss, heads or tails, the color of the Gatorade that's dumped on the winning coach, all that type of shit. And that's fun. That's fun to do. I think last year, or maybe it was 2 years ago, I had like $20 on heads and in the coin toss, and it was heads. So that was like a good start to the day, you know, like, you know, you're like, oh, fucking heads. And then last year, I got worked over by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was like all over the Chiefs. I was all over the Chiefs. I had first play run pass. I had Chiefs first half money line, Chiefs spread, Travis Kelce anytime touchdown, Tyreek Hill. Like they got worked by Tampa Bay.
I had
Tampa
I had Tampa spread in the under, and then a Tampa money line in the under last year.
And you just killed it.
I made like $700 in the Super Bowl.
And I took like a couple promos, right? Like Kelce, 100+ receiving yards. You know, I was like, oh, easy. Like I was just ignorant and stupid.
That Tampa D came to play.
Yeah, but I think if I can learn anything from myself, and those listening can learn anything from me last year, is to diversify, because I was all over the Chiefs, and all it took was exactly what happened, where they just didn't show up and got smoked, and you could lose.
Yeah.
But that's why it's fun to do these props.
Like
Go ahead.
Correlate and uncorrelate. Yeah. So like correlate and uncorrelate, because like if you really believe in something, like you know, like make that like 50% of your bet. Like, so like
exactly.
if you think it's gonna be a Rams money line, make that 50% of your bet, and then like say you think that's gonna be the over, then maybe you take 25% of that, and you kind of start stacking shit together. So you go,
for sure.
Okay, so Rams are gonna win the game, and the over is gonna hit, which means there's got to be yards, there's got to be touchdowns, there's got to be this shit. So like kind of correlate the outcomes together. That way, if the game plays out how you think, like, you know, that 25% bet, like, oh, well, I think, like, you know, Matthew Stafford's going to have over 300 yards because they're going to win. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Cooper Kupp's obviously going to be a big part of that. Like, correlate shit like that together, and then, like, but, like, take your chunk of money. That way, if the Rams just straight up win, all the other shit's basically a wash.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you're hedging against the harder shit to hit.
For sure.
And that's a good strategy and a good way to play it. But, and then also maybe save, like, you know, 25% of it for the props, like the ones that we're going to talk about. And
yes.
Pick your favorite.
Yeah. So some of the props that I wrote down here that I thought were pretty cool, or just like interesting, intriguing, I guess, nonetheless, was 50. The first one I saw, I think these are all even payout, essentially, minus 110 or one where, or no, maybe they're not actually. I saw one that was a 50-yard, the odds for Cooper Kupp to have a touchdown of 50 yards or greater.
Oh yeah, these are for sure. These are going to be longer odds.
Yeah, no, they're not. Super Bowl specials. So Cooper Kupp to have a 50-yard touchdown, 50 yards or longer, plus 400. How do we feel about a Cooper Kupp over a 50-yard touchdown?
Oh man,
that's what I'm saying. Is like, that's my instant reaction right away. You're like, oh man, like, I don't know.
You can picture in your head, but like that's a long touchdown.
But what if it hits though, you know? like what?
Yeah, I mean, like, what's annoying is that does it have like is it just a yes, or is it just the option to bet that? Because like there's probably not.
It's just a yes. Yeah, it's just a yes.
There's probably not an option, like, because the other way around would have to be minus 400, basically.
Minus 600, yeah.
Yeah, minus 600, because it's like,
yeah,
like that's a tough ask. But like
what about the next one I see on here is Jamar Chase or Cooper Kupp to score a 50-yard touchdown. Either one of them, plus 225 payout for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'd maybe go light on it. You know, maybe throw.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly, like just
spot on it,
sprinkle it
for fun, right?
Right, because then if it hits, then you're like, oh shit, you know, like let's go.
But you're not out.
You're not out. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not hammering money on it, being like, oh, I need that shit to happen. Because then you can get really frustrated watching that game.
Yeah, another one I saw here. This is we're sticking with receiving here. Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham Jr., and T. Higgins each to have over 49.5 receiving yards. So each one of those guys have to finish with 50 or more receiving yards. Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, OBJ, and T. Higgins. I feel like 3 out of those 4, if they don't, that would be insane. Like Jamar Chase, almost 100% lock. He's going to have 50 plus. Cooper Kupp, that is not only a lock, that is a mortal lock that he would not finish with over 50.
That might happen on the first drive.
Literally the first drive. Odell Beckham, especially the trend he's been going recently, he should finish with at least 80 plus. The only one would be T. Higgins, but T. Higgins finished this year with over 1,000 receiving yards. So, I mean, man, I like that one. It's plus 160. That's a pretty good payout for, it's not bad. Another one.
This kind of seems weird though. Kind of seems like if you parlayed those 4 things together, like
the payout would be better. Yeah.
Like it would be almost be more.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's something you explore, right? But the last one here for receiving is, this one might be my favorite, and I don't know if I can find the payout.
The Jabbar and Cooper Kupp.
Oh yeah, Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp to combine for over 199.5 receiving yards. So basically 200 receiving yards combined from both of those guys. Plus 105.
I like that one.
Plus 105 though.
I see it at plus 115. I don't love that, but like here's the thing: is like I could see Cooper Kupp just going for $140. And then it's like Jamar Chase.
Then he only needs, that's true. I didn't really think of that.
You need like an underwhelming performance by Jamar Chase, like Jalen Ramsey locks him down. He might go for 120 and Cooper might go for 140. But like,
okay, but why don't we look at the games last week? I
think Jamar Chase finished with like 56 yards last week.
He had 54 receiving yards last week, and Cooper Kupp had 142. So that would be literally 197 receiving yards.
Yes, I wouldn't have hit last week. But you got to think, that's what I'm saying, is Jamar Chase had like such an underwhelming week for like his the expectation with him right now.
Dude, but Cooper went for 140, and like Jamar
Cooper kind of went over like Cooper. Expected to have like 118. Like every game. For sure. Like if I were to pick a number, it'd be 118 yards every game for him.
Yeah, I think that one, if that payout was a little bit better, like it's at plus 105. If that was up at like plus 170 or like even plus 200, I'd take it. But plus 105, basically even money, is just like literally Jamar Chase could, dude, either one of them can get fucking hurt in the first drive, you know, and then you're like, oh, there goes my fucking money.
Don't love the injury potential. Like just like anytime that you do like player props, like CJ Uzomah last week.
Yeah, that one hurts.
My loss, but it's like, any of these like specials you see on the sports books, you have the ability to go craft it the exact way you want. This is like in my mind, some of the I like to see what they offer, because it's kind of fun to see what they're offering. But some of this shit, it's like basically they just put a chimpanzee in a room and told them to tap same game parlay like outcomes, because you have like this one, it's like Evan McPherson to have 8+ total kicking points. So 2 field goals, 2 extra points would get you there.
Or 3 field goals.
Joe Burrow to have 15 rushing yards.
Those are combined?
That's like, that's a plus 250. It's like Joe Burrow's been scrambling the ball.
See, but then I feel like
I like Joey.
I feel like me too. I love Joe Burrow's rushing stats, but here's my thing too, is like I feel like I would want to get action. At least that's just my strategy, because it keeps me and like possibly my girlfriend, like people who want to be involved, keeps them involved in the game. Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, like those are the guys. I don't want to be sitting there in the fourth quarter having to fucking McPherson line up for a field goal and be like, okay, well, he has a field goal and he's got 2 extra points, but Joe Burrow only has 12 rushing yards. Like, I don't want to be fucking like, I just want to, I want like basically like hit or miss, like you know what's going to happen. And I don't mind putting 2 or 3 guys together because it's also fun to do like the one I just talked about, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, OBJ, T Higgins, all to have over 50. That's fun because you're watching the game and every time somebody has the ball, you're like, dude, just throw it to one of these 2 guys and I'm fucking happy. You know what I mean? Like that part's fun, but like having to root for, or like, let's say McPherson has 3 extra points and then the Bengals get back down in the red zone again, and you're like rooting for the Bengals to not score a touchdown so that McPherson can kick a field goal. You know what I mean? Like that's not fun. Like you want, you don't want to have to be like, oh, don't score a touchdown, but kick a field goal. Like, and then you'll have other action, right? You'll have a team or the Bengals money line or this and that, and then it's like you're rooting against yourself. It's intriguing and it's like fun to look at, but those ones are just like.
I think a lot of these, when I look at a lot of these ones, it's just like, it's a lot of like none of these things like seem like obvious at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that's why I'd want to make my own. Like,
yeah.
Joe Burrow and Matthew Stafford to have 3 passing touchdowns each. That's plus 900.
Yeah.
So like that would be a good one. Like if you were like betting the over, like. Maybe that's a good one just to throw in as well. Like, yeah, then you really make it a nice payday. That's plus 900.
Yeah.
So well, Joey Burrow throws 1 to Jamar Chase and 1 to T Higgins and a screen to Joe Mixon, and then Cooper Kupp has 2 and OBJ has 1. I don't know. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know. Here's one that I don't love that I don't think anybody should even think about touching. First team to score. I think that is maybe the dumbest thing ever. And now you could say it's similar to like the NFL overtime rules, like, oh, you know, if you take the Rams and then the Bengals get the ball first, all the Rams have to do is play defense. But it's like, dude, like literally, it's not first to score a touchdown because that's another market. But there's first team to score. And so like the Bengals could win the coin toss and then drive down the field and just kick a field goal. And then you win your bet. First team to score a touchdown is the exact same payout as the first team to score overall. Now, if you want to get frisky, Jared, throw a 5 spot on the market that's listed. First team to score a touchdown, neither. plus 10,000 for neither team to score a touchdown. Final score 9-6. Yeah. Yeah. 15-12.
I like the fact that they even offer those. Like I would love to actually see the numbers that get pulled in on that bet.
Oh my god, it's literally like people are just deleting. People are just deleting money from their account. It's like here, handing them money.
Money on that specifically, you know what I mean? Like, but it would be funny to like have the access to be like, oh, look we made $27,000 extra today off this dumbass prop because we offered it. Yeah, and you know that there'll be some of those because a lot of people will probably just tap. Like, I know there's probably like a lot of people that like just go in there and they just kind of recreationally like. I mean, all betting should technically be recreational, but they're extremely recreational.
Right,
like, it's Super Bowl. It's illegal in my state. Like this one right here, we have on the list. I put it on the list because I wanted to talk about it. Absolute fucking horseshit that they even offer this. They're playing into the human greed card with a Ben Skoranek to record a 50-yard plus touchdown reception.
Ben Skoranek is a Notre Dame receiver. Out of Notre Dame, receiver for the LA Rams, and he was drafted with the 249th pick in the draft last season. So he's a rookie. He's 6'3", 224, and this season, Ben Skoranek.
Oh, right here.
Skoranek.
His high receiving yards was 42 yards in a game.
He finished the year with 133 receiving yards. And it's Ben Skoranek, what? Just to score a touchdown? Is that all it is?
No, score a 50-yard touchdown.
Like, what is that? I mean, it's literally just deleting.
Like, it almost feels like they shouldn't even be able to fucking offer that.
Yeah.
That's like giving the kids, you know, the flavored vape sticks, you know?
The suckers?
Yeah, because it tastes like, you know, it's like.
Tastes like grape.
I don't even know. Yeah, it tastes like grape. Like, of course. Oh, look at that! All those odds. All I have to do is put down, $100, and I win $2,600.
And then we're gonna get on
$100 back.
Yeah, we're gonna get on the podcast though the day after the Super Bowl, and Ben Skronik's
It's
gonna have 12 catches for 227 yards and 3 touchdowns. One of them's an 85-yard bomb.
He's gonna be the Super Bowl MVP. So here's my correlated outcome.
He's gonna be the Super Bowl MVP. Wait, what is that? What does that pay out, by the way? What does that pay out?
Dude, it's got to be on here. If you're gonna offer him to have a 50-yard touchdown, he has to be the fucking on the MVP list, dude. But how about this one? Check this out, Ben Skronik. This is, you know how I'm talking about correlated outcomes?
Yeah,
this is called correlated bullshit right here. So I'm gonna bet Ben Skronik to record a 50+ yard touchdown reception, and also it's gonna be a trick play, and Cooper Kupp's gonna throw it, or OBJ is gonna throw it, because there's a one that's right below.
Wait, say it again.
14. So Ben Skronik is gonna score a 50-yard touchdown, but it's not gonna be Matthew Stafford that throws the ball, because there's a plus 1400 any time in the game for
non-pass.
Yeah,
non-QB pass. Oh, complete a touchdown?
Can you parlay him?
Because it's going to be Cooper Kupp to Ben Skronik for a 65-yard busted end around double reverse touchdown. And you're just going to be bathing in cash.
Yeah, it's plus 1400 and plus 2500. Also, no, it's kind of a funny thing to do. Just
Ben Skronik.
While we're talking about bullshit.
Well, on the topic of bullshit and Ben Skronik, plus 47,000 to win Super Bowl MVP. Plus 47,000. Put $5 on it.
Find a book that lets us parlay $1 on Ben Skronik, 50 yards plus, anytime non-QB to throw a touchdown, and Skronik to be the MVP. And whatever his over is in yards. Just bump everything and parlay them together. Put $1 on it to win fucking $13 million.
$13 million. Just in case, just for some reference here, Eli Apple is plus 21,000 to win Super Bowl MVP. So this is something I want to talk about for the last. We have a couple other quick ones here. We can go quick hitters on these. Let's see. First one here. First play of the game, run or pass. Minus 145 for a run, plus 115 for a pass. Last year I had a significant amount of money on run, and Tom Brady, first fucking snap, dude. I knew it was gonna be a bad day. Takes the first snap, holds the ball out, and then just pulls it out. Turns around and checks it down to fucking Scotty Miller for 3 yards. I'm like, motherfucker, dude.
You take the plus money here.
Oh no, I agree with you on that, but I mean, we're not giving tips. I'm just saying you're gonna take pass here, because I feel like, I feel like this one is it's not the same as the coin toss, where it's like coin toss is literally just like, okay, pick your poison, heads or tails. This one is such a mind fuck. I feel like first play, run or pass. Well, I mean, it's obviously gonna be a run. Like, run is minus money. Like, it's not, you're not gonna make quite as much. But that's because it's going to be a run.
Chase, I'm telling you what it is right now. I'll tell you exactly what the play is going to be.
Okay.
Bengals are going to win here's my bold call out.
Yeah.
Bengals are going to win the coin toss. They're going to get the ball, start the game, and it's going to be a Jamar Chase quick screen. They're going to try to get the ball into his arms right away. And it's going to be kind of like last week. I think he had an early catch that went for like 2 yards. It's just like last week. They're going to get that quick screen out to Jamar Chase, and it's going to be the very first play of the game, and it's going to go for like 4 yards, and Jalen Ramsey is going to tackle him and come up all pumped up, and the Rams defense is going to be flying around all jacked up. I can see it right now. I'm speaking it into existence. I'm
going to take run here again this year, because I think it's just a mind fuck, and I think you're overthinking it. I think it's just going to be whatever team, even if it's Cam Akers or anybody, it's just going to be it's going to be a run. But then again,
but you're going to put what? You're going to put 14. What are you going to put $5 on it to win $2.50? What are you going to put $20 on it?
Fuck it.
Because I'll put $10 on it, and I'll win $11.50 back.
On first play, I'm putting like $300 on first play. just
I'm going light. 14,000.
Yeah. Another fun one here. Missed field goal in the game. Yes or no? Yes is plus 105.
Matt Gay is going to shank one, or he's going to come up short on a long try.
Matt Gay is going to shank one.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I think yes is That's a fun one. I mean, like, and that's fun because it's like
one
every
gets blocked, you know.
right.
Stupid.
That's fun because it's like every time a guy lines up for a field goal, you're just like, miss it.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah,
like miss it.
And then
Yeah.
McPherson just fucking drills it down the middle.
See, that's where this one may not have as much value as you think, because Evan McPherson, now, I mean, knock on wood, I wish the best for the kid, but he has been absolutely fucking ice cold nails, dude, the entire fucking season and the postseason. He hasn't missed a field goal in the playoffs, but then again, it's like, maybe he's due, right? Maybe he's due. Big pressure, rookie kicker, Super Bowl, end of the first half, 54-yarder, and then he just fucking hooks it into the sideline, and you're like, yeah, you know, like
that's a fun one to play. We should post our bet slip of all the dumb shit we play.
I agree.
But I think Matt Gay, just touching on that, like when they're playing the Bucks, that game was in crunch time. Matt Gay came up short on a 47-yard.
I know that. Yeah.
And it was like, what the fuck? Like I was like, okay, this shit's rigged. Like Matt Gay can't, he's a professional. He can't kick the ball 47 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the extra points are 32.
Yeah. What about score? I mean? Yeah. What about score on the first drive of the game? -200 for no. +150 for yes.
Dude, I always think that in these big games like this, like so far this season, it feels like the offense is taking a little while to settle in. Like, yeah, you're talking about like one sack or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, say the Bengals do get the ball and the first play doesn't go anywhere because it's going to be past Jamar Chase. Yeah. And then the next play is a sack or whatever because then it's over. Drive's over. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then then they just throw it behind the line of scrimmage, incomplete pass and a punt. So easy no, but like at the same time, you can envision a Cooper Kupp on a seam route.
That's what I'm saying, man. God,
you know what I mean?
It's
tough. I think it's one of those ones where you kind of want to take the plus money as well. It's like just like throw a little 10 spot on it.
So then it's like you're rooting for, offense. You're rooting for fun. Like, I honestly, in this game, again, this is not gambling advice, but like, come on, just bet the over. Like, just bet over 48.5. Like, how much more fun is it going to be if the point total is over 48.5? It's going to be more fun unless it's a blowout. Yeah. But I just don't see a blowout.
Unders aren't fun.
Unders are not fun. Dude, fade the under on this podcast.
I hit the under last year, but the over under last year was like, I think might have been the highest.
Dude, it was like 56 or something. It was fucking crazy.
I think it was 57.
I think I took the over in that one too.
I might have bought the alts and then I bought the under. But it was like, dude, I mean, like, overs can be frustrating too when you're watching the team and there's nobody scoring. Yeah, but it's just the over is never dead. It's literally never dead. It's never dead.
It's like it could be Bengals are down by 2 touchdowns and the total is under by 2 touchdowns, but there's 4 minutes left and the Bengals have the ball. And you're like, well, if they fucking score here, get the onside, score another one, like then the over's gonna hit and this game's gonna be fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Like,
or you're a savage and you middle it, which means that you bet the over and the under, but you guess the point spread's gonna be somewhere in between.
Oh my god!
You go all.
Wow.
That's a dangerous move.
It is a dangerous move. So last subject here on
this one though.
Super Bowl. Oh, which one? Cam Akers.
The Mixon and Akers to combine for 150.
See,
although
again, why don't we look at
12 rushing yards?
That's what I was going to say. Look at the scores last week. So Mixon had what was the number? 150 combined for 150.
Yeah.
So last week Mixon had 88. Mixon had 88. Cam Akers had 48. Sorry, but still, that's under 150. That's way under 150. Yeah. That's like 132 or something like that. 136. Like that's just. And it's not like way under, but I could very easily see this exact performance from both guys. Joe Mixon, 21 carries for 88 yards. Cam Akers, 13 for 48 yards. Could very easily see that happen.
You're not picking over under in this either, are you? It's just, is it happen or now?
Yeah, so exactly.
So this is one of those ones where you're rooting for offense again. So,
but then again, the Cincinnati defense last week gave up 139 rushing yards to Jerick McKinnon and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Like, I think Cam Akers is better than both of those guys. They also, by the way, this is just Cam Akers, though. I was going to say, if you throw Sonny Michel in there, I'm taking the over for sure, because I just think you combine running backs. Like, the Bengals don't have anybody besides Mixon, but like when you have kind of a two-headed backfield like that.
Samaje Perine, baby, but he's not. He's more of like a third.
I was gonna say he's a third down. Apparently, screen pass catching 40-yard fucking scrambling back. Apparently, but yeah, I like that one. I mean, it's like, again, it's fun because it's like every time the guy gets the ball, you're like, just go, like run, you know, like, or God forbid, like Mixon just breaks off a fucking 40-yarder. You're like, dude, I'm already the quarter of the way there, you know, like one play.
They're doing math.
Yeah, I mean, I hate math, but
so the last one is, are we talking about MVP?
Yeah, Super Bowl MVP, I think, is one where again, it's like, it's pretty much one of those bets that I think I'm going to be putting action on both quarterbacks. I think it's like maybe the safest bet, right? Because Stafford on a lot of these books, and you can take advantage of this. People who are listening or people who are watching, like, take advantage of how these books are competing with each other to get the best prices on the best payouts on certain things to entice people like us to go in and bet. So, like, when it first opened, I think Stafford was minus money. He was like minus 105 to win Super Bowl MVP because obviously the Rams are favored and usually the quarterback wins. Then Burrow was like plus 210. Now Stafford's up to plus 115. Burrow's up to plus 230. But those two are the leaders. And then the next closest is Cooper Kupp at plus 550. After Cooper Kupp, the next closest at the fourth rank is Jamar Chase at plus 2,200. So the gap between Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase is 1,700, you know,
no, they got,
like payout.
They got Aaron Donald on here for plus 16.
Oh shit, he's not. Oh, they must have just changed it because he was.
Yeah, well, that one's just out of order for some reason.
Yeah, it is out of order. Okay, well, dude, Aaron Donald's plus 1,600.
I like what's fun about these ones is you can weight your money, so you can weight heavy the quarterbacks, right? And then like a $5 bet on Jamar Chase, and if he goes off to have one of those epic weeks, like remember he had like what was that, week 16?
Yeah, 200 like 20
yards. Like if he has a performance like that,
if he shows up and has a Gabriel Davis type game, 4 touchdowns, like he wins MVP. He wins it.
Yeah, and a $5 bet would net you'd get $110 in profit plus your $5 back.
Right.
You win $115.
I think the only reason I wanted to bring it up is because I think this Super Bowl is one of the pretty few that, like last year, it's going to be Mahomes or it's going to be Tom Brady. There is nobody else that's going to win that award. Nobody. I feel like this year's Super Bowl MVP is like one of the few where it might not be the quarterbacks. Like, I like Matt Stafford and Joe Burrow. I think they're both really good, and I think hopefully they both have good games and it's entertaining. But like you said, like Jamar Chase could have that game. Cooper Kupp could very easily have that game. Aaron Donald could turn into Von Miller in Super Bowl 50 and have 2 strip sacks for a fumble.
That's what I was going to say. There's, who's sitting down and looming on that list.
Yeah, and Von Miller's at plus 4,000.
Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, he's
the only Super Bowl MVP on the list. He's already done it before.
Exactly. And you know how he plays in big games. I mean, and then again, dude, and then you have fucking the last time. So I think the list of like non-QB, let's look up non-QB Super Bowl MVPs. And I remember seeing this list. So last year was Brady, the year before was Mahomes, but then, dude, not even 3 years ago, Julian Edelman was the MVP at the Super Bowl. I mean, granted, that was the 13-3 Super Bowl, so there wasn't many places, but he had 10 catches for 141 yards. Like, that's like a really good game, but it's like, that's not like some blow me out of the water game. Then it went Nick Foles quarterback, Tom Brady quarterback, and then Von Miller. 2.5 sacks. One of them was a strip sack. Then it went Brady again, and then, dude, Super Bowl, it looks like 48. Malcolm Smith, the linebacker for the Seahawks, had a fucking Super Bowl MVP. Malcolm Smith, dude. Like, that's crazy. Malcolm Smith, I wonder what his payout was. I mean, it was probably like just very high. And I'm sure Von Miller's was pretty high too for Super Bowl 50. But I mean, dude, it's not like super unrealistic. It's not. I think it's not likely, but it's fun to bet on, right? And that's what we were saying is I think it's like this list is going to be one of the more intriguing lists of guys. Like, dude, there's just, I feel like this game is just so much star power, like so much star power. Stafford, Burrow, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, going down this list, Aaron Donald, OBJ, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, Von Miller, fucking dude, CJ Uzama. Like, what if that guy has 3 receiving touchdowns? You know what I mean? Like,
is he playing?
I believe he's hopeful. He had an MCL sprain, I think, last in the game.
He's got a couple weeks.
Yeah, exactly. 2 weeks to get. I mean,
yeah, you know why? You know what happened? He knew that I had him over 25 yards.
Right.
So he faked that fucking injury.
Correct.
That's exactly what happened.
Correct. Now, what if you have? Now, what if you have $5 to put down here? Like, you bet on everything you want. Everybody else. And here, let me ask you this: you've put all your money down. Everything's done. You're dialed in for the Super Bowl. It's 10 minutes before kickoff. You have $5 left, and you're going to put it on a Super Bowl MVP that's not Stafford, Burrow, Cooper Kupp, or Jamar Chase. Who's it going to be? $5. Easy bet.
Evan McPherson.
You think?
At plus 10,000. Hey, last time the Rams were in a Super Bowl, it was 13-3 was the final score. I'm calling a defensive. No.
Yeah, no.
You'd really hope this doesn't turn into a defensive game just for the sake of entertainment. But if Evan McPherson knocks in fucking 5 field goals in the win the game,
they win and with 1 touchdown, right? I mean, they win. Yeah, they win 22-20. You know, but McPherson has 5 field goals.
And 3 of them are 50 yards, and he's going off at plus. He's going off at plus 10,000. I mean,
and one of them is the game winner, right? 20-19 Rams, and then a game winner.
Or like in that same token, like a Jalen Ramsey or Von Miller.
For sure.
Because a strip sack for a touchdown in like a low scoring game could do
for sure. And like a pick six,
pick 6 by Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
Who locks down Jamar Chase, and that's plus 8,500.
Yeah. Couple bats, maybe like 2 finishes with 2 picks. One of them's a pick 6, and take
$50.
Yeah. Like I take 50 grand.
Whatever it is. Put whatever it is. I don't know what people's betting money looks like, so I'm not gonna judge it.
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, say you had $100 and you were like, or $50, whatever, and you're messing around. You're like, I'm gonna pick an MVP. Go, $10 on Stafford, $10 on Burrow, like, or $20 on Stafford, $10
right.
Whatever the hell you think.
No, that's what I was saying. Is like you already have everybody else
on 2 long shots.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I was saying. Is you already have all your MVP, your actual serious MVP bets in. And your bets for the game, everything, and you deposited 100, 95 of it's been spent. You have $5 left, and you're going to put it on a Super Bowl MVP. That's not the top 4, basically, of Stafford, Burrow, Kupp, and Jamar Chase. I think there's a couple others. You could take Joe Mixon if he pops off for a couple of 1 or 2.
This is a good rushing D.
What about like Samaje Perine? Like it's
Samaje Perine. He just repeats last week and just has 2 screens to the house of like 80 yards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like dude, I mean, fucking Kendall Blanton, like, tight end. Higbee's like, who knows, man? I mean, fuck.
The issue is in my brain. I've watched so much sports over like the years at this point. I can literally like pull a clip from a single game and like hear the announcer like, oh, and there he goes, like whoever it is. And I can like this man's unconscious, it's just Von Miller. It's Von Miller coming in. He's got 6 sacks,
Yeah.
Like, I can actually create these fucking
scenarios,
highlight reels and scenarios in my head where I'm like, oh, okay.
What about a little 20 plus 21,000 for Chidobe Awuzie?
2 pick 6s. Stafford's, oh man, if you can get on a Stafford to throw a pick, by the way.
Oh my God, lock of the. What about Ogbonnia Okonkwo? Ogbonnia Okonkwo plus 55,000. I mean, hey.
$100.
I just don't even. It's just funny to me that they're listing like the entire full roster for both offenses and defenses. I think that's funny, but yeah, man. I mean, Burrow or Stafford, and then maybe sprinkle in everybody else. I think that would be our bets. What is a really quick? What is a Matt Stafford interception?
I don't know. I don't know if they have it on. They might have it on here.
Defensive team to record 1 sack. Wonder if we could like
More
search
people. I know they have it on DraftKings. They'll have that shit. Let's say
game props.
Incomplete. Matthew Stafford plus 245. Incomplete or intercepted. Oh, it's
First pass. That's first pass.
It's a first pass. That's
Wait, incomplete plus 245.
yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Matthew Stafford.
More passing props. Yeah, there it is. Matthew Stafford interception. Yes is minus 172.
Oh yeah, that man. That must be like shit.
I mean, he has to. What is Burrows?
Matthew Stafford to throw first. That's just another way of saying Rams to get the ball first.
Huh.
Oh no, it's two selections. It's a touchdown or an interception.
Oh, I see. So which one will he do first? Touchdown or pick?
Yes, they have touchdown at minus 300.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, hey, either
there's
way,
all sorts of fun ones.
There's all sorts of fun ones. That's what we're trying to get at, is just if you are in an area where you can bet, obviously gamble responsibly. Don't be stupid like I was last year in the Super Bowl and fucking just ride one side of it when it's more fun to just diversify. But take our tips for what they are, take them with a grain of salt, because we don't fucking know anything. And the bottom line is the NFL is rigged, and they wanted the Super Bowl in LA to promote the Rams fan base and make sure the NFL had fans in LA. So,
simple math. Really.
Yeah, I mean, and if the Bengals would have lost to the Chiefs would have stopped the Rams, and they don't want the Rams to lose in the Super Bowl at home. So, maybe there's a reason why the Bengals are where they are. And Joey Burrow's a likable guy, and Patrick Mahomes was destroying the Bengals in the first half of the game and then just decided not to play in the second half. So I don't know. We'll see. But either way, pretty good episode here. Covered everything that we'd like to.
Maybe we'll post. We can post some bet slips when we actually start placing some action. But
yeah,
I'm gonna wait until we get a little bit closer to the game.
For sure.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun if we go a little bit more in depth once we place the bets. Let's get on and just do a 30-minute turbo episode.
Yeah,
say everything that we're playing.
Yeah, 100%.
And also, I've been okay. So speaking of that, because like obviously we don't want to touch on like sports gambling in here. I might start sending you just the slips. So I'm trying. What I like to do right now is I like to. I've been doing the same thing with like same game parlays parlayed, but I'm only picking 2 props from each game. So my favorite 2 props of the game, and then I just do the whole NBA slate and put like $10 on it. And the one yesterday was like plus 11,000, and it missed by 1. Went 14 for 15, and the straw that broke the camel's back. Desmond Bain, I needed to have 15 points. He scored 13, but he shot 4 for 18 from the field.
Ouch.
For plus 11,000. So I'll start sending them to you, Arnie, and then if you want to
throw them up on TikTok or whatever, yeah,
whatever, and say like lotto ticket. But like these ones are like, when you're picking only 2 props, it's far less lotto tickets. Like the problem is when you start diving in and you get like the 4th guy that only plays 24 minutes a game in an NBA game. And I saw a guy. It was like a text in one of those just like group chats with his buddies, it's like the gambling group chat, And he goes, I put money on every one of the starting players for the Utah Jazz or something to score the first bucket. First basket.
Yeah, and it wasn't the Jazz, it was like the Hornets or somebody, just like not a good team. And I guess there was like a shot went up for the other team, and like the starting center for it's like the Pistons, I think. Starting center fucking goes up for the rebound, like rolls his ankle. They take him out. They put in the center on the bench, and he just gets the dish underneath and lays it in. And he's like, I literally cannot believe I put money on every single offensive starter to score the first basket, and none of them did. That's like, it's literally unbelievable. Like,
no, what's funny to do too is like, you can parlay like first baskets together, and like you can literally try to pick first basket and a winner, and try to parlay 6 games together.
Yeah.
It's fucking impossible. You'll never hit it.
Yeah.
You'd have to get so dumb shit lucky, like Powerball lucky.
First basket is
not only are you picking a 6-game parlay, but you're picking 1 of 10, and then a 6-game parlay. So but what's funny is you can put 10 cents on them.
Right. Yeah.
So like I have 41 cents in my account right now because I cashed out or whatever. I cashed out like $200 yesterday, and I guess I only put 200 even, so I have 41 cents in my account. Funny is I can go in and I can create a bet that like has a potential payout of like $328,000.
Yeah, with 41 cents.
Yeah, just some bullshit, like
Yeah.
you're never gonna hit it. You're just donating.
No. But hey,
it's fun.
It is fun, and it's fun to chat about some more sports action. Like you said, Jared will probably be back maybe this weekend, like Sunday night or Monday morning with the episode, or Monday night for Tuesday morning to cover some more bet slips because shit's gonna get a little more serious as the week goes on. Find out maybe who's playing, CJ Uzama, Higbee, like these guys that are possibly out or in or whatever. Otherwise, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you don't take our advice too seriously because neither of us have any fucking clue what we're talking about. But we do. So we know, but we're trying to give you guys good tips because we're pretty much going to follow the same advice. So thanks for tuning into the Phenomenal Fan Podcast. Always fade the under, Jared. Always fade it.
Unless it was last year's Super Bowl.
Unless it was the Super Bowl and Jared had money on it, then don't fade it. But
then don't fade it.
but otherwise, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode.